Hello, romance book lovers. Welcome to Tales from the Heart. I'm Jenna Harte, and each week I post new episodes from my stories of crime and passion. And right now we're listening to Til Death Do Us Book 4, The Valentine Mysteries. This week is Episode 6, Chapter 6. Now, if you'd like to read along or get ahead in the story, you can get Til Death Do Us from your favorite ebook retailer, or you can save by buying direct from my shop. Til Death Do Us is the fourth book in the Valentine Mystery series. And if you missed book 1, Deadly Valentine, you can listen by checking earlier episode postings, or if you'd like to read it, you can get Deadly Valentine for free through my website at jennaharte.com. Books 2 and 3, Old Flames Never Die, and With This Ring, I Thee Kill, are available in earlier episode postings, or they're available to read through your favorite ebook retailer, or again, you can grab them less through my shop. Tales from the Heart is posted to YouTube each week, and these episodes are edited to censor out all the intimate content. But if you'd like to have a version that includes the spicy bits, plus early access behind-the-scenes information about the stories, bonus content, and more, join my exclusive sweetheart group over at jennaharte.com. Never miss the mystery or romance by hitting the subscribe button, and remember that all the details and links you might need are just a click away in the description. Now snuggle up, get comfy, and enjoy the show.
Chapter 6. Tess pulled a bottle of wine from the wine fridge. She grabbed the plastic container of chocolate off the counter and set them on the island in front of Ava. Based on Ava's behavior so far, Tess decided she might need the chocolate to smooth things over, especially since she had no intention of explaining herself to Ava.
Cookie dough truffle?
Tess offered.
Seriously? Cookie dough? Sounds decadent.
They're rich but really good.
Like Jack, Tess thought. Ava shrugged and picked up a chocolate truffle. She bit, and her eyes lit up.
Wow, Jack said you make good chocolate goodies, but that's wow.
Tess smiled.
Jack would live on chocolate if he could.
Ava nodded as she chewed the last of her truffle and reached in for another.
When he was little, his mom didn't let him have any chocolate.
None?
Tess hadn't heard that before.
I didn't say he didn't have any. His mom didn't want him to, but fortunately, I took pity on him. Cora, too. Do you know Cora?
Yes, I know Cora.
Sounds like there's a story there.
Tess poured the wine and handed Ava a glass.
I'm sure Jack has told you all about it.
Cora's an old biddy. She always had a soft spot for Jack, though.
Tess remembered that Jack hadn't told Ava about the senator, which meant she also didn't know that Cora was Jack's biological grandmother.
Want a tour? Jack bought and refurbished this home for his mother.
Yes, which reminds me, you still haven't answered my question.
Ava picked up her wine glass and followed Tess to the foyer.
No, I haven't.
Whatever Ava was going to say was interrupted by a knock at the door.
The living area is through there,
Tess said, pointing across the foyer.
If you want to wait there, I'll check who's at the door.
Sure.
Tess looked through the side window and winced. She opened the door.
Kate.
I come bearing bribes,
she said, holding up a bag. Tess guessed it held wine and ice cream.
You're some friend, you know. I just found out you were a witness to a catfight between Ava Dumont and that tart Reese Wilder was married to.
Tess waved her hand and looked behind her to make sure Ava didn't hear.
Yes, but...
So I'm here on double duty. I'm working the story, but I also want the gossip.
I can't talk about it now.
Why? I know for a fact that your Valentine is out of town.
Kate tried to look in the door, but Tess blocked her way.
What? Are you stepping out on Jack, Tess?
Is that something Tess would do?
Tess closed her eyes, dreading what was coming next. The door pulled open, and Ava peered around her. Kate's eyes widened.
Ah, Tess, that's...
I know who it is.
Why is she here?
She's a childhood friend of Jack's, who already doesn't think I'm worthy of him, and you've just made it worse by suggesting I'd cheat on him.
Kate's eyes widened.
I was just joking, Ms. Dumont. Tess loves Jack.
You're her friend. Of course you'd say that.
Kate looked at Tess.
I don't think she believes me.
I'll call you later. We'll have lunch.
Why not invite your friend in, Tess?
You don't want her here.
Sure, I do.
See, she does.
Kate moved forward.
That's because she doesn't know you're a reporter.
Ava studied Kate.
Can she be trusted?
You don't trust me. Why would you trust what I'd say about my friend?
Tess quipped.
Good point. If you come in, nothing can be reported.
I can sign a waiver,
Kate offered. Tess rolled her eyes.
She's going to use you to find out about me.
So?
Kate said.
You're a good friend. What does she think is wrong with you anyway?
She's just looking out for Jack.
You wouldn't be the first woman to want Jack for his money. I don't want him hurt.
Kate laughed.
Seriously? She thinks you married him for his money.
I don't know.
Why is that funny?
Ava asked.
Because Tess is richer than Jack.
I don't know about that.
Tess said. She supposed she was potentially richer, but since she hadn't claimed her trust nor used any of her family's money, she was nowhere near as rich as Jack.
If you're so close to Jack, you'd know that.
Kate's excitement at meeting Ava dissipated, annoyance taking its place. Tess smiled at the idea that her friend would jump to her defense, even from Ava Dumont.
He mentioned her family had money.
And Tess's trust? He probably married her for her money.
Kate was on a roll.
No, he didn't.
Tess said.
I think he mentioned he liked your other assets.
Tess blushed. Kate looked shocked.
So, you coming in or not?
Ava asked Kate.
Yeah, I am.
I was just getting ready to give Ava a tour. You can grab some wine in the kitchen and join us.
Tess showed Ava the living room, and by the time they were ready to head upstairs, Kate had rejoined them, carrying a glass of wine and popping the last bite of a chocolate truffle into her mouth.
So Jack did all the renovations?
Ava asked as they stepped onto the upstairs landing.
He did the designs and worked alongside the crew.
Tess said.
All those summers and time after school working on the homes his mom flipped paid off.
Ava said.
Must be nice to have someone around who's good with his hands.
Speaking of having good hands, this must be where all the magic happens.
Kate said, poking ahead into Tess and Jack's bedroom.
One of them anyway.
Tess answered, getting into the spirit of girls' night.
Speaking of magic,
Ava said, checking out the fireplace on the far side of the room.
Is Jack as good with those hands as his rapping suggests?
You don't know? I thought you were an old friend.
Kate asked.
We're childhood friends, not former lovers.
Kate's expression showed confusion. Tess couldn't decide how she felt about Kate's disbelief that Ava and Jack had never had sex.
Not that I never tried to seduce him.
Ava headed into the bathroom.
Oh, this is nice.
Wait. What?
Tess followed Ava into the bathroom.
I think she just said that she tried to seduce Jack.
Yes, I did.
When?
Tess asked, wishing she didn't sound so surprised.
He didn't tell you?
Obviously.
Kate said.
So what happened?
It was last year. He came to visit me for a little while in Los Angeles.
Ava moved past Tess and Kate, who followed like children behind the Pied Piper.
And?
Kate prodded. Ava walked out onto the sun porch off the back of the room, where just a few months ago Jack proposed the second time.
This is nice.
She sat in one of the chairs. Kate frowned at Tess, who shrugged her shoulders.
Must be it's an actress thing to drag out the anticipation.
He'd been my date to an awards show I couldn't get out of attending. I drank too much and was feeling depressed. I figured he was single and I was single, so what the heck? Why not make it so the tabloids were telling the truth for once?
What did you do?
Kate asked, a little too enthralled for Tess's tastes.
I threw myself at him.
Tess and Kate waited for more, as Ava took a sip of her wine.
What did he do?
Kate asked impatiently.
He was surprised. He was gentlemanly enough to say he was flattered, but that it wouldn't be a good idea since I was drunk and hurting.
Hurting?
Kate glanced over at Tess and mouthed,
Reese?
Tess shook her head and shrugged. It wasn't the first lie she'd ever told Kate, and probably not the last. But the story of Ava and Reese was their story to tell, not Tess's.
God, I was so mad. The one person you don't expect to say no is your best friend.
Déjà vu, Tess thought. She'd once thrown herself at Jack, only to be turned down as well. She hadn't been drunk, but she wasn't in her right mind either, since only hours before she'd found her fiancé in bed with another man. She remembered being angry and then humiliated, not just at her cheating fiancé, but also when Jack turned her down. It had been one of the reasons she'd run away and not returned Jack's calls when she'd left Washington, D.C. to make a new life in Virginia. She wondered if she told Ava her story, if she'd understand why she'd avoided Jack for those 3 years.
He didn't even think about it.
Ava added with a glance to Tess.
Not even for a second?
Kate asked.
Nope.
That was where their stories differed. Jack had seriously considered taking Tess up on her offer. She could remember the taste of him kissing her, the feel of his hands as they began their exploration of her body, before he cursed and pulled away.
In hindsight, I think he was already making his way back to you, Tess,
Ava said.
But you and Jack didn't reconnect until the beginning of this year,
Kate said.
Jack still had some personal work to do to get his life on track, but Tess was on his mind, still in his heart.
Still?
Kate looked to Tess for explanation.
I told you Jack and I were friends, but apparently he felt more.
And you didn't know?
Kate asked.
I was engaged to someone else at the time, remember? But there was something. Chemistry.
It really hurt him when you left and wouldn't return his calls.
Back to that again, Tess thought.
You really didn't know I tried to seduce him?
Ava asked.
No.
I wonder if that was to protect my feelings or yours.
Probably both.
Tess said.
And maybe his too.
I can't believe he didn't say anything,
Kate said.
A husband should tell his wife everything.
I think I need more wine.
Tess was ready to change the subject and move the party back downstairs.
You know what we should have? Those fabulous chocolate martinis of yours,
Kate said.
Martinis it is.
Tess sent the ladies out to the patio in back while she mixed up chocolate liquor and vanilla vodka and put together a platter of cheese, crackers, and fruit. As an afterthought, she grabbed the chocolate truffles. Balancing everything on a tray, she rejoined her guests.
So, what topics are not allowed tonight?
Kate asked, taking the martini and sitting back to enjoy it in the warm September evening. Tess shot Kate a warning glance. Prior to meeting Ava, Tess would have happily discussed celebrity gossip with Kate. But now that Ava was a friend of sorts, discussing Ava's relationship with Reese and related topics was off the table.
Nothing that you'll report on,
Ava said.
What about Amya Gross's murder?
Ava's eyes narrowed in curiosity.
Do you know something?
Maybe, but information is a give-and-take proposition.
Ava looked at Tess, who nodded.
If you want news, you have to share news.
Do you have anything worthwhile?
Ava asked.
Maybe.
Kate is really good at getting information she shouldn't.
Tess vouched for Kate.
It drives the detectives crazy.
Speaking of detectives, I guess you know Daniel is on the case,
Kate said, her voice a mixture of longing and annoyance.
He was by early this morning to talk with Jack and me.
Who's Daniel?
Ava asked.
Detective Showalter.
Hearing his name didn't clarify for Ava who Daniel was.
Daniel and Tess's relationship is like you and Jack, a friendship where Daniel made a pass and Tess said no.
It wasn't like that.
Really?
Ava looked intrigued.
He never threw himself at me.
Tess said, deciding the one kiss with Daniel didn't count.
But he was in love with you, probably still is.
Don't pout, Kate,
Tess said.
I'm missing something.
Ava said, taking a wedge of cheese and a piece of fruit from the tray.
Kate is in love with Daniel.
Tess said.
But I'm invisible.
What's wrong with him? You're beautiful, funny, and clearly very clever. What man wouldn't want that?
Tess laughed, and for the first time believed that she might be able to see Ava as a friend instead of a movie star.
You're my new best friend,
Kate said.
And for that, you get a freebie.
Both Ava and Tess leaned forward to learn what Kate might tell them about Amya's murder.
I know that they've pretty much cleared Reese.
How?
Ava asked.
Even though Amya was in his room, he'd apparently gotten another room. An assistant says he was with Reese delivering a script at the time of the murder.
Josh.
Ava said.
Yes, that's his name.
That means Reese is Josh's alibi, too.
Ava said with relief.
Unless Josh did it when he was getting the script. Apparently he picked it up from Amya's room.
Kate said.
I can't imagine Josh would kill her.
Ava said.
You know Josh?
Kate asked.
He used to be Reese's assistant, but he's mine now.
Oh.
Tess could see that Kate wanted to probe deeper, both out of curiosity and a story. But she sipped her martini.
There was a line of people who wanted Amya to get what was coming to her.
Like who?
Kate asked.
This is off the record.
Tess reminded Kate.
Yes, yes.
She waved Tess's statement away with her free hand.
Everyone who met her.
Even you?
Yes, but I didn't kill her. I bet everyone you talked to who knew Amya is relieved and not surprised that she's gone.
Kate sat back.
God, I wish I could report that.
You can. You just can't say it came from me.
Social media is buzzing with speculation.
Who do they think did it?
Ava asked.
Many wish it was you, only because they feel she had it coming because of what she did.
Kate said.
She didn't do anything to me that she didn't do to everyone else.
Kate looked nervously at Tess.
What?
Ava asked.
Fans believe or hoped that you and Reese were the real deal, but that she messed it up.
You said you knew what fans wanted.
Tess said. Ava nodded.
I didn't realize fans would be happy that Amya was gone, or that they'd think it would change things. They're going to be disappointed, probably.
Tess wondered if something had changed between Ava and Reese since the party, where things seemed to be going well.
Even if we wanted to be together, it would look bad,
Ava explained.
So even dead, she's messed up things for you two.
Kate didn't hide her disappointment. Ava shot Tess an accusatory glance. Tess gave a quick shake of her head to tell her she hadn't said anything about Ava and Reese's history.
I mean, well, if you two ever had those feelings, God, maybe I shouldn't drink anymore. I'm about to embarrass myself by revealing my secret celebrity fantasies.
Fantasies,
Ava said.
Now there's a good topic for a women's night out. Let's start with you, Tess. You can answer the question about whether or not Jack lives up to his packaging.
Thank you so much for listening to this episode of Tales from the Heart. I hope you enjoyed it and that you'll be back to find out what happens next. Remember, members of my Sweetheart group can listen to full uncensored episodes through my website. Just visit jennaharte.com and click to become a Sweetheart for access to uncensored audio episodes, bonus content, and more. Now, if you'd like to read along or get ahead in the story, you can get Til Death Do Us Part from your favorite ebook retailer or save by buying direct from me. All the details and links you might need are just a click away in the description. Don't miss the next episode. Hit the subscribe button so you'll know when it's posted. Thank you again for listening, and until next time, this is Jenna Harte wishing you peace, love, and happily ever after.